Just a beautiful sunset here. I would like to share the vision that I have for Western Zambia and Kalabu with you. We have just registered Dynamic Love Ministries here in Zambia, and I'm very excited about that. The whole process and how to get all of that done is just a mammoth of a task, but it has been done, and I am very, very grateful about that. That means that the property that we have purchased can now be registered in Dynamic Love Ministries Zambia's name, and we can start with everything that we want to do. This is just absolutely awesome. Now, Western Zambia is an area, especially the area where we are in, that is fairly unreached. Unreached, I want to define not as people never hearing about Jesus, or that there has never been schools or any of those kind of things. There have been Catholics that has been working here for many years, so the name of Jesus is known by people, but there are many villages in this area that has no church whatsoever. The Seventh-day Adventists has also worked in this area, and they've got many small churches in different villages. The passion that I have is to reach people with the gospel of Jesus Christ in villages, in the in the bush. I also would like to have the ministry help and minister and equip existing churches in the area. This I want to do as combined with international missionaries and people that want to go on mission trips, coming to this area and then receiving some teaching on the grace of God, and then reaching out to people in this area. So this is how it will basically work. We will have a training facility where people will be trained. We will have a house where Helena and I will stay. Then we will have some houses for missionaries that they can come and stay in if they want to come for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month. Churches from different places in the world that want to send people here on mission outreaches to work with an existing organization, which will now be Dynamic Love Ministries Zambia. And as we work then together, the people that come here will be trained and equipped in the good news of Jesus Christ. But as they are trained and equipped, they will also go out, and we will show the Jesus film, we will preach the gospel, we will drill wells, we will help people with roofs for churches and so forth, and spread the gospel in this area. This will then see that the local people get served with the gospel of Jesus Christ. They get helped in with social work, in the sense of having wells drilled for them, as well as the people that come, that they are trained up and established in the good news of Jesus Christ. During these teachings, and this is just what I'm planning, we will still see how it will work out. So many times we plan things and it works out a little bit differently. But what I'm thinking is to take local leaders in the area, not just the area, but the greater Kalabu area, if you want to call it like that. Bring them in, get them in for a month, train them. That time of their training will also be the time of the training and teaching of people that come from different countries. That will happen together. As these people go back, these groups go back, and people get impacted with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Helena and I's vision is not a mission station, although we will have a mission station. Our vision is to preach the gospel. The mission station will simply be a tool. The first building that we're going to put up there is just a small place for us to stay, so that we can live there, see that the building projects run. But as I shared with Helena even today, we will never get involved in a building project or any of those kind of things without having outreach as the first objective. Outreach and teaching the gospel. That is the most important, for people to understand the gospel of grace. That is the number one vision. That is what we want to do. So whenever we build here, It will go hand in hand with outreaches, preaching the gospel, even if it is just showing the Jesus film in villages at night, twice a week or once a week at least, and leading people to Jesus, praying for the sick, training leaders. That is what it is all about. And we will do it as we go. I'm very excited about this. Elena's excited about this. It is a massive, the vision is big, and what needs to take place is big. Sometimes, like Elena said to me the other day, says, what have we started? And I felt that in my heart as well. It's like, we started this thing, it's massive, it is big, it feels bigger than us, but we're going to do it one step at a time and just keep the focus on the message of grace and the love of God. When I go to bed at night, and this has happened to me now for many, many years, I think of the people in the villages in this area, not so much the town, but the villages that go to bed with fear in their hearts, not knowing the gospel of grace. I also think of church leaders that don't really understand the gospel, that go on Sundays and they just preach the same law message over and over, bringing more fear to people, and then also condemning themselves through these messages, living in the hope of having a big ministry one day, and they're never going to have it, and feeling like failures all the time. We have a gospel, the gospel of grace. God has gifted us with an understanding of the gospel of grace, and we want to share that message with people. And this is what this is all about. I envision, I can be wrong, but I envision us being here maybe for 3 months of the year, 3 to 4 months. If it can be 3 months, we will not need a worker's visa. But if we see we need more than that, in the beginning we will definitely need more than that in order to run the building project and to see that everything gets done. But yeah, that is what I see, working with teams, ministering in this area. The mission station is not the only part of Dynamic Love Ministries that I want to be involved in. Obviously, Helena and I want to travel internationally. We've got our TV ministry in South Africa, ministering on TV stations, bringing the gospel that way, the internet church. We still have our local church in Malmesbury, things that we will continue with. But this is just going to be a part of our ministry, a development in this area. I'm very excited about this. Things are going very well. We've got a lot of favor with people here, and it's just good to see what God is doing. Things hasn't always been easy for us here. Even the breaking of our vehicle is just like a small thing that happened compared to the difficult times that we have been through in the past. But we can just see it is like, I don't want to sound too super spiritual or something, but it is as if there is, I can just call it a favor. There's a favor that is just resting upon us. We've got favor with God and man. That is what we are seeing. And things has just opened up for us. I'm very excited about what is going to happen here. And then a little bit of information on the rest of our trip. We are starting, yesterday, Minister again to the ladies. This Sunday I will be teaching, and then on Tuesday we start our gospel outreach, where we will be preaching every evening in an open air gospel outreach. I haven't done that in a very long time. We will do that for, I think it is 5 nights. We will do that, and then we end our here not this Sunday, the following Sunday we ended off preaching at a local church. And then on Monday, we take the bus back to, on our way back, we're going to go to Lusaka, which is the capital of Zambia. And there we get on an aeroplane, fly down to South Africa. We are in the meantime busy organizing to purchase a vehicle in South Africa. And then we'll be back in South Africa just for, this is what we are planning. We hope it works out this way. We'll be back there for a week or so. And then we're going to drive back to Zambia. With a new vehicle, and then if our building plans are fully approved, we will start to build our little house, and we'll be here for a month or so, maybe a bit longer again, a month or so, and then we will head back to South Africa again. So yeah, that is what we are planning for the future. I'm very excited about what we are doing. Thank you for just traveling with us and just allowing me to share with you. I know many of you want to know, what is this truly about? I trust that this helps you understand what we see. And we do this as we walk. Like people that have started businesses, ministries, and all those kind of things, we plan, but God directs as we go, and we will see how this is going to work out. I just know that this is what is in our hearts and what we want to do. God bless. What we're doing here is the land meters come out, point out the demarcations, because it was done a while back and seemingly it was tampered with. We couldn't find it anymore, so we had to get them to come and just show again where the demarcations are. And then we have, in the meantime, this guy that has built this place in our land, which is something else we'll have to sort out, but we'll see how we can peaceably resolve those issues. Yeah, so this is the top part of the land, and then it's all the way around like that, and then up to that house over there, and then the car over there is also standing on the property, and there's my lovely wife. Just a beautiful sunset here. Young man throwing his nets, catching some fish as the sun sets.